southbound blocker scheme to Pukid.
3 months on from the last winter storm, and the effects are still clear to see. Work to improve the line is now underway, both on foot and in the sky.
We're here today doing a series of flights across our network, which will really give us a picture of where our infrastructure is in relation to vegetation, the terrain and the land.
Helicopter surveys like this have proved invaluable for SSEN. Not only does it provide a great vantage point for engineers to be looking at the current network and highlighting any potential problems, but it also gets them to areas that would have otherwise been impossible to do so by foot. And it's not just the big scale of things that they're looking at. These sort of things also let them look at the smaller scale of things like the connectors at the top of the wooden poles.
And at the centre of these power cuts, the people affected. Some households in the northeast were without power for a week. Residents in Kemnay and the surrounding area were amongst them.
My power was off 3 times. It was a pretty nasty experience.
With no communication, and you didn't really realise what an impact that would have on everything.
For butcher Shelley Robertson, trying to keep hundreds of pounds of produce cool was a challenge.
A worrying time, obviously. We've got fresh produce, not sure what's going to happen, weren't sure when the power was going to be put back on. So after the first storm, we then thought, will this happen again, will it not? And try and work out just what we would do going forward.
The community, like others, is also preparing for the upcoming winter. They opened the hall to provide hot water and power for residents and plan to extend their provision.
The plan, we do have a resilience plan, but we're really strengthening that so that we have what we call zone contacts. So we've divided the village up into about 9 or 10 different zones with a zone contact who will be the contact for his or her particular area, and they will go round and check on people.
Work in the air and on the ground will continue over the coming weeks to prepare for the upcoming winter.
We're prepared in terms of knowing what we can expect if we were to ever experience weather of that nature again. It was a once-in-a-generation event. We haven't experienced anything of that scale in the last generation, and we hope that going forward we're not going to experience that again.
We don't know what the weather has in store for us in the upcoming seasons, but it's hoped lessons from the last will be learnt. Bouma, STV News.